None of this will go to waste. Huh? Our names are written in this new... Let Paimon see! The underwater... My recent vest... So while the journalist... Huh. Charlotte took... She hasn't been able to get a hold of any... Seriously? It was so delicious the last time we tried it, despite the tense situation we were.
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too?
Wait,
That's right.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work.
Then what if someone told you?
But why would it close?
Well,
Oh, no.
huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have two? These 2 slices are for you. See,
Oh, you know Citrine?
I sure do. She said that I've got something else to do.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. It's more Sure would be nice if we could always eat Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon!
Ha! You've got some nerve! You just used us to make some.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't receive it, though. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you.
Really?
You're almost...
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all...
A friend of ours met you a while back.
Ah, so you... So she mentioned me?
She said that you're.
No.
Huh?
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like life.
Yeah. Are we even?
Why not?
Oh.
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell. Oh, so much to get done now.
Wait, Charlotte. Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that? If you're serious, from what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation... And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write... I'm not a dream, but anyway...
That's so nice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon... We've always been moving to the next... You mean, still traveling? Huh. Feels like you'll grow mold if you stay here long enough. But it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede, that's for...
So the 2 of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais...
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you 2 before. I heard that after... Not at all. I'm well aware... Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, loudly accusing her of doing nothing, and before she could respond, others started to join in. the crowd continued to grow and protest against.
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet for the pressure they've been under due to the prophecy.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are off.
So what happened after that is Farina...
Seeing that the situation was the Marechaussee
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. But that said, I don't think there's much to worry about. Good. Monsieur Nervilez...
Don't worry, this is...
Is that so? Well, alright then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. Instead, she'll look for a place to wait out the heat. And, as we also know, when Nervalet, it would be hard. Paimon thinks for... Huh! Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the... In that case, there's... This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. That's Farina, right over there! She really is here all on her own.
What was meant... I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do? Other... Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina, it's... Farina.
What do you mean? Who did that? They even dare to tout their art? Oh, and I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fan. That's against the...
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up with her! This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot open.
What?
Hurry, they're almost...
Fine, I suppose.
Paimon's exhausted.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they displayed. You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening? The ground's shaking. Is it an earthquake?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Novelette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right. But the people of Poisson, they've already... It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways too to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy shall be fulfilled. Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming to terms with fate, but also for me to... Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times. Fate, but just now, it all... As long as... Don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. Don't take... Share, that's impossible. A witness, and if...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may
So, this. Do not forget, however, that I am...
May I interpret these words as your refusal? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You withdraw your... I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is...
Wow.
Lady Farina!
It would seem that there has been a
Looking for
I raised my hands just now. I'm sorry. You are not. But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice! One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before you. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine! The trial of the... Woohoo!
Why does it feel like Farina just Also, even though she's still acting super...
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that... Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial, just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the
Navia,
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely... So, we arranged for...
So, you mean... the ones who scoured the...
And their goal was to
That's right.
as the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese. The volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson was an arc. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a normal tremor from the transportation of the whole house?
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Nervilette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion...
Thank you.
As for you, Traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation. You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage.
Oh?
Is that so? It's fine. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass this along. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial. According to her, it should speed up the proceedings.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey, Charlotte! Oh, let Paimon see. Isn't this the exclusive interview that she did with us before? So she's already finished it, huh? Wait, then that means this document is a perfect timeline of everything that's happened ever since we stepped foot in Fontaine! So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for an argument! Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the Opera House. That's one for the history books, all right. I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case I'd been following all this time. This is the first time Monsieur Nervilette had a different... A Fatui Harbor, the fortress of Meripede. According to Monsieur Nervilette, both the words of someone as extraordinary as... I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that still gives me shivers. According to Monsieur Nervilette, both Child and that whale should have been in the primordial sea at that time.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Nervilette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legalese. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As the defendant and the lead actress of this performance, I still haven't even... Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god. However, you will need more than that to convict me of a crime.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking her duty, but did I hear that right? She's not our Archon at all?
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina can be rather eccentric, isn't it going too far to doubt her very identity?
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be super irresponsible, but what grounds does that prosecutor have to make such a huge claim?
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon. See? Even if you...
An
Well, and if I...
That doesn't sound... First of all, you...
Who gave you that?
A curse, but in light of this...
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina... Well...
Well, don't. Besides, for centuries, one need only to turn their eyes...
That doesn't sound right. You tried to reference the...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Farina, I believe while the court, you will prove your... That was no...
So, you neither knew why instead of
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that but the oratories handed... You can't...
She's still throwing out all kinds of...
My...
If that poses...
Aren't you the Hydro Archon?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and I've converted the people's faith in justice into Indemnitium. Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives. Have you ever seen a more magnanimous god?
Isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power? Can a god with no power even...
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's
Hey, come now, everyone. I'm stilled, please.
If what the
Did she deceive...
Enough. That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon...
Wow. doesn't sound right. It has been established that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you being the latter.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court. Though you act in partnership with the prosecutor, you must still adhere to proper procedure.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss, if we are to believe that, if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind, I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina...
If Lady Farina...
Lady Farina.
Well, of course, yet.
She's just dead.
What's going on?
Due to the inherent risk of the test.
What?
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! I haven't been dissolved! Will you believe me now?
Miss Siegeween?
Siege?
Don't be nervous. That should be enough.
Please announce the results.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina, she was
Thank you, Miss Siegeween. Lady Farina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved! Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve an actual human. After all, on the off chance that something entirely unexpected might occur, we don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used. Farina could have...
I can't believe... You... Listen to me, everyone! Please don't think about it! Also, please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. The odds are just too stacked against her now.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Farina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No, the Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: the Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence.
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice?
This outcome is indeed... Is this sentence...
Yeah! Even Fache wasn't sentenced to death by...
Indeed. But now...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial
Fremine! You finally made it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh.
I looked but has the trial already concluded?
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow... Traveler, I believe that you have already seen...
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I've now...
Huh? So when...
In truth, however, I'm uncertain as to how...
Okay. Slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that... The second stone slate shows... This must be the point when the Hydro Archon... The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea surrounded by many people. Huh. Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy of the fontaine. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster... That doesn't sound quite right. That doesn't...
We know from the case of the serial disappearance and the first stone slate, this might be the reason that...
That doesn't sound...
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Nervalette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia, as recorded on the stone It's not as simple as falling into the sea when not... The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. She was surrounded by the people of Poisson in a court. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meripede was the surest sign that the prophecy was about. The stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we... Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now! So that's how you can make sense of it! But then it feels like...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
All Fontaine, the evidence... Oh, and according...
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of that could
The Hydro Archon.
And yet, after many hundreds of years...
Yeah, so wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate? In the end, the people will... Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must, however, while you were able to decode all the when we were at the... Now that the slate collection is complete... I believe I should share this truth not only with your hypothesis. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiar. She poured, but if Fontaine... Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the...
That's way too much information. Wait, but if that's the truth...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stones, a key point of the visual on the third, they have not... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro. You may also therefore, that the people of Fontaine yes.
I think I'm in truth.
What? If that's the case...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small... About the fourth slip. However, as for the root cause of the catastrophe... This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
It was both dream.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the...
Farina. Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are—
Be not nervous. Be not afraid. I am—
Wait a moment. You're— Mirror me? Mirror me.
The prophet—
What prophecy? The people—
Oh.
What? But—
I will tell—
Oh, but if there were—
I suppose—
Huh?
Don't worry.
Play act.
That's right. If you can keep—
But—
Don't worry. Being a human— Remember—
So—
To a— But—
A trial. What should I say? I'm sure you've all heard. In truth, as the god Focalor, once again, this, I thought I—
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity—
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going right? Calm down, Farina. Assertive. Now, I was wondering if some— You may Now then!
Ah, so that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality. It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, we have heard it said that this nation— No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me. The scales— May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light There is, so long as—
Lady Farina.
Besides,
That's true.
No need for fright. And do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Farina.
No need. All right.
He's...
Lady Farina.
I see. It's as I thought. All manner. Really?
I'm...
The day is fine, but it's good. Maybe this...
Lady Farina?
They'll...
Lady Farina.
Indeed.
Lady Farina, we're detecting...
Understood. I feel...
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you. I've heard that Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god. So hundreds, I never have I want, all I can do is keep hard.
Farina, although I don't...
Share, that's impossible.
But even if you're just sharing...
A witness. And if he's right. But if... No, Farina. But what if, Farina, is it if you think about it long and hard? No, all you need to do, dear spectator, is to...
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth?
Yes, she did very well. If she had it seems that trusting
I believe... How would you...
Ah, good. Of course the Eudex of Fontaine has... I'm sure...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lyney did mention that he heard a... It now seems that...
And then I became one with the Ortries, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would... Alas, in truth, it isn't... Oh, you... my work. But really, the vast majority has been... had to be...
It was all...
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of it has now been stored within the Ortries. But only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia, and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet.
But...
No, what? The authority...
All you've done...
I've never quite... Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my right, Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea. And that speaking of justice, I have always believed that just so, if the theft of the primordial seas, then leaving in other, defying the, at this point, Iudex Nervil.
So at last. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries, you are things being as they are. Surely you know that I could never declare them to...
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervalette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Iudex Nervalette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened? Has the death sentence been carried out?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection? I have a feeling that something huge just happened.
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved, I assume whatever happened was good for us.
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the primordial sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come. Done my best to settle the power of the whale. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient dragon's power with you. I shall look for an opening together.
No, it's...
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility. The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. A chance will present itself. Seize the moment and use my power to subvert its root from within.
Wheel of Life. Sacred name, Fortune Preserver. Shine down!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training... well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power... who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's. It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an... That kind of power is waste. All in all...
Miss Skirk?
The point being...
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation. So what sort of person is your master? Well, child's master's master. Wait.
Oh, right. So you don't know him. His name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
The Foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhindoctor's part of the Hexen Circle.
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names, but I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindoctor.
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring such roiling hydro and as such. In other words...
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
The water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright?
We're saved.
The prophecy was wrong.
Yeah. dispute. People always... Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the...
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoop. Edwin's assistant, Jurier.
Paimon's cute.
And that's exactly... Oh, this time...
decide whether pyroslime tastes better with salt and pepper or garlic and herbs. Race you!
Navia!
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. our resident.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours, but if you don't...
I get where you're coming from.
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down...
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole...
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking?
Forget it.
I see.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake...
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be...
How did it go? Was it a...
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more... All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence. Also, not to...
Wow.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview.
Whoa, you're well in...
That's a...
In truth, I told him that...
You're right.
Stay safe now. And tell me...
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come?
Of course.
It's an honor to...
No need to thank me.
Of course,
All right then, this way. It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her...
Sir, please... No!
Now, I might not look it, but I actually... The boat that brought it... Still, if I'm up...
I have to apologize, but that ship is present...
Really?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or...
Did you really have to use the word? Well then,
Is my hair messed?
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to...
Hey, Miss Sharp.
sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the...
Same old same.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I just...
You're too kind.
I see.
He should...
I'll tell them that...
Oh.
What change can there be as to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed? We'll...
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a...
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be...
Maybe. All right, last stop, the docks.
Nice and spicy.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket? What sort of get? It's a one trick a friend. You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine? To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have you?
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine so...
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pip.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of Father said...
that's a...
Oh, after Lady...
A diplomatic...
Yes, it could have been done. Furthermore,
that's...
I would... I suspect...
But that's...
They say that he's returned to Snitch.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, well, what do you know?
Are you going to take the gnosis?
That is... don't be too switching my masks is something... Well, that depends on many things. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist. That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like. The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled in-
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must... All right, then.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see what Neverlette's doing? As long as he's not so busy that he doesn't have time to chat anyway. Entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! So, you really are here, Neverlette! Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Lyney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to set up a meet-
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remembered. Thank you for keeping us on your mind, what with you being busy and all. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine actually saved? The whole business is still quite the mystery to us.
It is strange how words can often leave...
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored... But Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the...
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to Fontainians were incomplete humans, but so long as those primal... In other words, when I gave...
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Yeah, and in a...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along but whether it be by... As for the judgment passed by the... Whether it was due to...
Guess Focalor had... hang on a second. Back when Fontainians hadn't...
Life has always flowed like water.
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where...
In truth, even those Oceanids...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that.
Ah, Lady Farina. I related Focalor... She simply said that... Having said that, she... You need not worry. I will... In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. But now that she knows...
What about you then? What are your plans?
After Focalor, this matter will die...
Looks like you're...
As an elemental, as such, before I attend... Additionally, the high...
That's true. Wait, but the very...
As I am now.
Wow.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right!
Leaving aside their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least the Oratrice has ceased to function. As such, it is lost. If the Fatui have ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading. I'm afraid that I have little talent as far as I'm
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect, unlike ancient, Nathlon is also. There is one other piece of it. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown.
The captain.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Nathlon. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to I'm afraid that I have little talent as far as I'm.
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect, unlike ancient, Nathlon is also. There is one other. The harbinger known as the Captain. I suggest that you fully prepare your. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know.
When we spoke, we guessed that.
So regarding this specific issue, in truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside.
What next?
I can It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very similar I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what.
You should have.
Remain? Well, that much, but I fear
I've been training. It is only natural for the. Regardless, to live in itself is a.
What do you mean?
No.
This third.
Master, if you're interested though,
Next time. You believe we will.
I do.
That's what she told me.
The remains of. So that's.
All the same as.
And she's.
If she speaks. I guess that you might already be. That means that.
Like. No, comparing the traveler to the dead third descent. That's what you say, but this
I too believe it unwise to make too many
Alright.
Yes.
But.
I suppose that would be the I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if life flows, and what old.
It's been a while since we visited Poisson. Maybe we should head over and have a look around.